I'm this guy's Illusion 1090. Sorensen says today for a brand new review. And today, we're going to be talking about the 25 centimeter Death Ghidorah from the very underrated kaiju series / movie Rebirth of Mothra, the original one. So, y'all know that this last year or two, I've been on kind of a grill kick to try and get all the grill express figures I always wanted. And this is one of the very last ones I needed. Oh my goodness, I absolutely love this thing. Death Ghidorah is a beast. This thing is phenomenal. And Rebirth of Mothra, he was a very, very tough kaiju for Mothra to be able to defeat. Yeah, I know it was the first film, but that doesn't justify how tough it was for Death Ghidorah to be able to, how tough Death Ghidorah was on Mothra. The adult Mothra that we did tragically lose, spoiler alert, and also even the infant Mothra that we got too, he gave zero poops about anything. So Death Ghidorah is a really cool villain kaiju that doesn't nearly get enough love. And I mean, if y'all seen our mascot for Monsters of Attitude, we pulled some liberties from Death Ghidorah for sure. Because I mean, I really do love Death Ghidorah. Not more than King Ghidorah, but I love Death Ghidorah. It's pretty high up there on my favorite kaiju, on my favorite villain kaiju list. But let's go on and just get into the review, guys. Let me go and pull the camera up a little bit closer, and then we'll go and dive right into this review. Thank you.
Here is Death Ghidorah. Death Ghidorah is a very unappreciated kaiju. I guess because he falls within the Rebirth of Mothra trilogy, which I mean, honestly, if you haven't seen those movies, they're actually pretty good movies. And Death Ghidorah is definitely my favorite villain in that series. Yeah, I know King Ghidorah's in it, but Death Ghidorah was a mean SOB. This man had no regard for nothing and nobody on the planet. So y'all know Death Ghidorah has 3 different heads. All 3 heads do have a little bit of a different personality. I actually really do like the heads. I like the pose each one's in. My biggest gripe, though, with this figure are the eyes. Y'all know how I am about eyes. Y'all know when it comes to toy photography, eyes are a very, very serious thing. You have to have good eyes in pictures. And all 3 of these heads have the beadiest eyes on the planet. It's absolutely redonkulous why these eyes are so teeny, tiny, puny. Like, you really have to do some work to get a good shot of the eyes. But I mean, besides that, though, I mean, I really do love this figure. The pose is pretty spot on. Looks like just when he first got his wings in the movie. Of course, I know if you haven't seen the movie, spoiler alert, he doesn't originally have wings, but after he fights Mothra, he does gain his wings and everything. Of course, he has this long, majestic tail. You know how I am about tails. I love tails. And of course, the more of the gray, the more of a gray and red kaiju. Even though this is kind of more when he was in the daytime, I know, and at night when he was fighting Mothra, he was a little bit darker. But I really do like that they went this direction with it to give us more of a daytime Death Ghidorah. Of course, as you see, he has the red all over his wings. His wings are pretty long. He's a pretty wide figure. He's not big. I thought he was going to be a little bit bigger, but he's definitely a big, wide boy. And of course, y'all see this rock here, this rock in the tail stand that helps support him, because without it, he will stand straight up. Which honestly, for some shots for photography, I don't mind that at all. I actually really like that. It makes it more like he's trying to like knock Mothra out the air. So I really do like it without the tail stand and the rock. But if you live in a hot area, you definitely gonna need these because he's gonna sag. Now, for the first size comparison, I'm using the 25 centimeter 2019 Godzilla, just so you can see how big, or not as big as I thought he was gonna be, is. Now, of course, this has always been a what if thing for me, Godzilla fighting Death Ghidorah, because not this Godzilla. This Godzilla might murder Death Ghidorah, but but I think it would be a fun match to see these two fight each other. As you see, Godzilla, and of course, I know the 2019, he's a bigger 25 centimeter figure. So you can see how big he is compared to Death Ghidorah. They actually do size up pretty well together, actually. I can't remember Death Ghidorah's exact specs in the movie, But to me this looks really cool. See these two up against each other, about to fight each other, especially this version of Godzilla. But who knows? Maybe one day. Well, actually, I'm surprised no one's done it in a comic book yet. If they have, definitely let me know in the comment section. And of course, we had to do this bad boy here, the 1991 Yuji Sakai Godzilla, the OG triple OG. And as you see, this even looks great with Death Ghidorah also, because y'all know with the Yuji Sakai figures, they do run a little bit smaller. And honestly, these two look great up against one another. My goodness. And you can kind of, and another reason why I did this size comparison too is because you can see the difference in the eyes, how pronounced that this Godzilla's eyes is versus all Death Ghidorah's eyes. But again, just like I said with the 2019 Godzilla, can you imagine if these two fought? If Death Ghidorah fought Godzilla in 1991 instead of King Ghidorah, that'd be very interesting. I don't know, the story will work the same, but it'll be interesting to see these two fight each other. That'd be awesome. And it'll be cool to see what Godzilla can do against Death Ghidorah. This would be a very intense fight with these two. But of course, I know we do have to do the most important size comparison. Of course, we have to do a size comparison with Death Ghidorah's co-star, or not even co-star, really the main focus of the film, Mothra. And as you see, these two look phenomenal together. And of course, this is the 1992 25 centimeter X Plus Mothra. So we really don't, we do see this in the movie because it really is. I feel like it's this Mothra that fights Death Ghidorah, just an older version of that Mothra. Even though I don't know how that Mothra lived, but that's neither here or there. But as you see, these two look great together. These two styles look very, very fantastic together. They look incredible. I love it. Absolutely love this look with these two together. And of course, I know how vicious Death Ghidorah was to Mothra. But that also brings up the question: should X Plus dive into the Mothra trilogy? But we don't have any of the Mothras from this series. And the Rebirth of Mothra, again, it's not personally love as some kaiju films, but they do hold a place in the kaiju community. And I think that we should get more representation of those Mothras in those films. All right. Let me go ahead and pull the camera back so I can finish up my thoughts on this review. Thank you.
And we're back. And that's my review on the 25 centimeter X Plus Death Ghidorah. Now, like I mentioned earlier when for my up close and personal, we don't have enough Rebirth of Mothra merch out there. We really don't. Death Ghidorah is the only thing we have out there. And I mean, again, don't get me wrong, I love Death Ghidorah, but I know a lot of people would like to have the Mothras from that trilogy because each Mothra was so unique and awesome in its own way. Of course, Bandai Premium just released a Death Ghidorah, hope I said that correctly, and that really looks really good. I really don't collect Bandai Premium myself, but I know others who do, people who are excited about that release. Can you imagine if X Plus put that big chunky SOB in our collection, in collectors' hands as a 25 centimeter figure? That'd be gnarly. And of course, a lot of people's favorite King Ghidorah, Grand King Ghidorah. We haven't gotten the Grand King Ghidorah either. The only one that I know of, there are a few figures out there, but definitely not X Plus. So X Plus needs to get on the ball on these Rebirth of Mothra releases, especially since we have mostly everything from Godzilla. I mean, there's a few stuff that we don't have. Sure, they'll probably dive into Singular Point, maybe give us a Jet Jaguar to go with Ultima, or maybe even some little mini Rodans. But I mean, for the most part, we got a lot of Godzilla stuff and pretty much all of it. So really, the only direction X Plus could go is either do reissues or give us monsters we don't have yet, which there are still a lot of monsters that we don't have yet from Godzilla. But the Rebirth of Mothra trilogy is very, very, very there's no representation of it whatsoever. It's no representation of the Rebirth of Mothra trilogy. And for my Rebirth of Mothra fans, I'm pretty sure y'all all agree with me too. It's a very unappreciated series. Yeah, it's it has some corny stuff in it with the kids and things like that. But I mean, overall, the kaiju action is phenomenal. Scores pretty good too. So I mean, we should give them a little bit of love. Don't have to put out a lot of them, and even make it a Vic exclusive, so that only the real people from Martha fans will actually go out and get it. It doesn't have to be a massive release, honestly. But I mean, that's just my thoughts on it because like I kind of showed y'all with the comparison with Godzilla, I would like to see some of Martha's villains go up against Godzilla. That'd be really nice to see. And if we have more than this Death Ghidorah, that'd be some fun photography for me, honestly. I mean, obviously, Grand King Ghidorah, we have plenty of King Ghidorah for Godzilla to fight, but we don't have a Death. So I would like to see a Death, and I would also like to see the other iterations of Mothra as well I guess complete the Rebirth of Mothra trilogy sets. But I mean, that's just me though. But alright, that's all I got for this review, guys. At the time of this recording, I honestly don't know what shows next. We have a few things that we kind of want to do. I'm just not exactly sure what we're doing yet at this time. So we'll definitely get that announced for y'all as soon as we figure it out. Of course, if you haven't joined us on the Monsters with Attitude Collectors group on Facebook, definitely join us there to continue all the Monsters with Attitude talk and even what I'm talking about in this video today. Follow us on the Facebook group to see more about that. And of course, my toy photography is on Godzilla Train 1090 on Instagram, as well as the Monsters with Attitude Facebook group. But alright, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you have a fantastic night, Kaiju family. And for the Monsters with Attitude fans, embrace the attitude. I know.